It's finally coming. Next week it happens. Jerome Powell must concede. And well, we're going to find out what happens when they do it. Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. I hope you're doing great. We're going to talk about rate cuts. It's what the market's been wanting. They've been going, oh, Papa, give us rate cuts. We love it. Just give it to us right in the arm. Just rate cuts. Just give it to us. The market's not moving fast enough, Papa. Well, the problem is with that is it creates inflation. And I know that this rate cut coming next week, because what is it right now? 87% of the markets are betting on a Fed rate cut next week. It's not going to do a ton all at once. As a matter of fact, the last handful of times that rates have been cut, mortgages go up. You know why? Banks are in trouble. And they're like, we're not loaning to those people that are getting laid off due to AI. Geez, what do you think we are? Banks? Seriously, that's what's happening. We're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about some stuff, and we're going to talk about a nursing student. And you're probably looking like, whoa, those don't correlate. Yeah, they do. Check it out. Prediction markets like Polymarket and the CME FedWatch tool show strong odds for a 25 basis point reduction, up sharply following September's job report on November 20th. Why is that important? Well, that data revealed just 119,000 new non-farm payrolls, and unemployment rate rising to 4.4%. So it's like the job numbers are disappointing, but what sucks about this whole thing is people are talking about the job numbers. Now, we're talking about September job numbers because the government shut down while Congress kept getting paid, and they didn't get the data for October out yet, right? So September comes out, and it wasn't as much as they thought. But unemployment is rising. And what really sucks about the whole thing is they're not telling you, you know that every month we revise it down because we're essentially lying and getting away with it. That's the government. That's their voice. That's what they sound like. Now, with unemployment rising, that means the Fed's pretty much got to do something, right? Now, it's not like we've got unemployment at 10%. Don't worry, that's coming. Check this out. New York Fed President John Williams noted that there is room for near-term easing toward a neutral stance, though officials remain split on the pace amid balanced risks to jobs and prices. Bitcoin climbed 7% this week. I'm really hoping it tanks down to 75, but I don't know if that's going to happen. Check the Ninja's Polymarket. Crap. I don't know if Ninja's going to get a payday, but whatever, that's cool. I'm one of those weirdos that actually wants things to go down in price because then I buy them up cheap and then I sell them to the noobs and at higher prices because people FOMO in. So check this out. It says here, as Bitcoin climbed this week, as expectations grew with the upcoming October jobs report on December 5th, it's going to be an exciting week, potentially influencing the outcome. The fact is, banks are in trouble. People are in trouble. You know, I went to not Big Five, Bass Pro Shops here today, and it was completely packed. And I'm going around, and I'm not seeing a ton of things on sale. As a matter of fact, I went live in there because I'm like, you got to see this because there's so many people. I was on the freeway, I saw this. I'm like, I just driven by a Walmart, a Target, a Home Depot. None of them were full. The parking lots were not full. But this place was full. I'm like, I got to see what's going on. There were no doorbusters. There was nothing incredible. I filmed and the internet cut off right as I did it. There was 6 pallets of sweatshirts, plaid sweatshirts, and they were normally $19.99. So they must not have been very thick sweatshirts. Inflation. And there are about 20 people just going through. And I was commenting, actually, the people at Bass Pro Shops are very kind to each other, probably because they all own weapons. But they're all really kind and smiling and stuff. I'm filming them, and I'm like, look at this. They're normally $19.99. They're $15. So you're saving like $4 and change. And this is the excitement. This is why we're all here. And the line to the cash register was no joke. Like, I'm not joking, an eighth of a mile. And everyone else hadn't been shopping. See, I think that most people are putting Christmas on credit cards. And I think it's important to understand that this next year is this moment of transition where we have high volatility up and down in different markets. Gold and silver are now taking off towards what I believe to be their tops: $60 silver, $5,000 gold. Bitcoin's going to start taking off here again because all this amazing news is going to come out. Look at Thailand yesterday. Thailand comes out and goes, no capital gains on cryptos for 5 years. That is 100%. Type yes if you agree. That is exactly what the president needs to do right now. No capital gains on crypto for 5 years, which would cause our country, Thailand's doing it. I like Thailand. I love Thailand, actually. Going there soon. They know that their people are going to rush out and buy these assets and cause them to become wealthier because it's going to cause more pressure on other countries. They're going to buy. It's going to cause the price to rise, and then the Thai people will become wealthy. This is what America needs to do right now, but they're not. You want to know why? This should wake you up. And I'm not joking. You need to learn as much about crypto as you can right now. Every little bit. Dive into, buy as many books, buy courses, watch free YouTubes. It usually doesn't get you very far, but that's fine. Just go there. Do it because what's happening right now is the president's family and Congress people are buying up as much crypto as they can. I wish you truly knew that. Like, if you truly knew that, you wouldn't give a rip about the price. But if you educated yourself, Bitcoin and blockchain are the only technologies out there where you could see if they're printing extra shares. I'm using that as an example. There's no shares in blockchain, okay? There's tokens, there's coins, there's NFTs, there's all that stuff, right? There's memes. But you can at least go into the backside and look at a blockchain and see how many have been produced, how many wallets there are, and where the concentration of the amount of those tokens are in those wallets. You can't do that with stocks. You can't do that with bonds. You're listening to the government and waiting for the government to come out and say, this is how much debt we sold. Bull crap. They're straight up lying to you. Gosh dang. I mean, type 10 if you agree with that. The government straight up lies to us. But with blockchain, they can't lie because hundreds of thousands of computers are backing up the data of how many of those tokens are out there, what wallets they're in, where they're moving at any given millisecond. If you don't understand this, you're going to lose and lose miserably. All year, I showed people how to get rich in crypto, and we made tons and tons of millionaires. But you know who weren't the millionaires? The morons that wanted something for free. And they sat there, and they turned around, and they bought on a stupid-ass pump. Seriously. And then they whined, look, I lost all my money. You're an idiot. Type 11 if you've been an idiot before, but you aren't an idiot now. And I'm telling you right now, I was the idiot. I bought into pump and dump schemes and stocks, all that stuff when I was young. And I lost hundreds of thousands of dollars, hard-earned money that I got from real estate. And I'll never do it again. And I'm starting to grit my teeth because I get pissed. Learn about blockchain. See, I love that Thailand just did this with the crypto. Because tax-free crypto for 5 years, because they're going to encourage their country. And you're going to see some of these really small, impoverished countries just absolutely explode, while these big countries like America watch the president's family, come on, let's be honest now, and Congress people buying up on the dips because they're smart. They're smart. They know what's going on. They know it's intrinsic value. Michael Saylor's buying it up on the cheap. He's trying to tell you guys and educate you. You don't see anyone else. I mean, Eric Trump's coming out and saying Bitcoin's going to be 200 grand by January. You're seeing Tom Lee from Fundstrat saying he believes you're going to see an all-time high in Bitcoin again in December, this coming month. You know what's crazy? To all of you that have dumped your coins during this downturn and didn't turn around and buy more, you're a nutball. You don't have good education. So let's bring up the nurse. In the beginning of this video, I said we're going to talk about all this stuff, and then we're going to talk about a nurse. And I never thought I'd be in a position in life to even talk about this. So I get an email the other day from someone named Colin. And this is what he wrote me. This is coming from, this is coming from a broke nursing student that is in the process of accumulating lots of capital at the age of 22. He says, fingers crossed. Colin, trust me, you don't need to cross your fingers. You just speak into existence and do it. He says, I have a couple of courses that he bought from me in the past and most recently. You explain stuff well, my friend, and it's so helpful. I thank you for running these sales so I can buy your incredible wisdom at such a discounted price. I wish I could buy all of them at this moment, but that's okay, because you are opening my mind to the capitalist side of things. Your wisdom will allow me to carry on my family's legacy. Thank you so much. Well, look, I think every single person here can take a bit of advice from Colin, because I'm going to use myself as an example. For decades, I was a millionaire, and I gave away all my stuff for free, and not one person listened to me. Not one. And it frustrated me to the point where my family would tell me, stop talking, nobody wants to hear it. And I go on YouTube and I give it away for free. And there are videos, no joke, that I would actually go pay an editor to put together and show people, educate people, and they would get the lowest views of any video I've ever done. I'm not joking. When my normal video was running 150 to 250,000 views, an educational video of lining someone out on how to secure their crypto on a Trezor would get 8,000. I'm not kidding. Those videos are still out there today if you go look for them. How to use a YubiKey, 8,000 views, 6,000 views. How to secure your wallets, 4,000 views. And then one day, my good friend came up to me and says, put it in a course and sell it. And they'll buy it, they will listen, and they will do it. And it changed my life and tens of thousands of other people's lives. Now, you have an opportunity in front of you. That's the greatest opportunity of your life. As the Fed is dropping rates, people are losing their credit scores, home prices are going down, the stock market's going to melt down and then melt up. But if you don't know why, you won't know when to get in and get out. I highly suggest you take a look at those deals. And I've extended them a little bit for Colin. And thank you so much, Colin, for emailing me. And you know what? Because Colin's a starving student and he's investing in himself, I can guarantee you Colin is paying 100% attention to those courses, and he's doing, listening and learning, and he's never going to be the same again. I invested in my own financial education. I didn't make it through high school. I couldn't make it through college, but I started reading books and I became a millionaire all on my own, and then a multimillionaire. And I want that for every single one of you. Can you do me a favor and say at least, I'm up for it down below? Just type it, I'm up for it. If you are up for putting time into yourself and grinding a little bit and acting like nobody else today so that you could live like nobody else tomorrow. If you're up for that and you want to make 2026 your greatest year, I highly suggest you dive into crypto courses. I highly suggest you dive into that real estate liens and deeds bundle we put together, and you go get the counseling, the coaching, the group coaching, because the group coaching is even better than the personal. I mean, the personal is great too. There's benefits of both, because in the group you get to hear from the instructors, and then you get to listen to everybody's positives and negatives. And the negatives, the coaches just go, well, this is how we're going to overcome it, and we're going to go, boom, it's over. You're gonna go out and crush it. And then you go to private coaching, and you just get all of your questions answered real quick, and you're out there killing it. There are so many things out there. I know people that took my car buying course, and they saved thousands and thousands of dollars. And I think it's what, $79 right now or something like that. Like, learn this once, these things once, and you'll never have to learn them again. You'll just move on to higher education, higher knowledge. And before you know it, you're starting your own insurance company. You're doing solo 401ks and getting tax-free trades. You're doing all kinds of crazy stuff. I hope you got something out of this. Thank you to everybody that's been hitting the subscribe button ever. Thank you to all of you that support this channel. You're so incredible. Ninja Nation is strong, alive, and going to absolutely dominate next year. There's some big changes coming, and you'll see them. The Ninja is out.